Man, it's like, okay, now we're live.
Like,
That was
I just are we
massive.
gonna just dance all morning?
I was like, hey, we better go live with this. I'm gonna run out of energy. What's going on, sister?
Good morning. How are you?
I am fantabulous. I got me a 2 mile run in this morning. I was gonna do three.
Oh,
And I was sitting down
before the
doing
live
like 10.
stream.
Oh yeah, I did it last time. But last
Nice.
time I was like, I could do three, and then I wasn't back in time. So I cut a mile off today because I was brainstorming, uh, and I get sucked into whatever I'm thinking about. So,
Yes.
anyways, got the run in, ready to come and stir the pot with the tribe,
Yes.
Jennifer Lacey, on why your strengths are holding you back. How many people do you think like their eyes rolled like, oh my God, what is this now? What are they talking about this time?
Well, I think it's good because it's a little bit of poking, but it's also this came from some conversations we've had recently on some challenges we've had with some of our other stuff we do on like those things that you feel like they're your superpowers and they're the things that like get you to the next place, but also there's some things you lose along the way. And
Yes.
and so like, okay, where's the balance and where's the where you're willing to do it, knowing you may lose some stuff and all that. So I think they've been good conversations and I feel like this is a great platform to continue.
Yeah. I'm excited. We got some good questions for the tribe out there. And so before we get into why your strengths are holding you back,
Yes.
we got to do some housekeeping,
We
Jen.
do. And hopefully that'll get some people pushing some buttons and doing some things. So those of you that are out there and you see us right now and you're listening to us and you're like, what is happening? That's okay. We're about to get into it. But if you will please let us know you're out there because we don't know unless you make a comment. And so if you will make sure you just let us know where you're calling from, if you're a repeat, if you're not, but also if it's your first time seeing our smiley faces, or the first time that you are willing to go and add a comment to the conversation, if you'll put a blue heart in your comment, it just lets us know so we can recognize you. And it also lets our entire No BS tribe know so they can connect with you, engage with your content, and then, we can make this tribe bigger and better. So if you will do that, put a blue heart in there anytime you make a comment or you go in and you just acknowledge somebody else. Anytime you do that, it also will enter you into the randomizer, which is, Jesse, what is that?
The randomizer. Well, when you make your comment emoji or come out from behind the lurker fence, it gets your name thrown into the randomizer. And what that means is at the top of the hour today on this call, we will hit the randomizer. It's a little raffle. And if your name gets selected, you will get a 1 month free entry to the Emotional Bungee Jumpers and the Cultivation Crew, which are live experiences to help you build the skills that will help you achieve an impact to your greatest, what's the word, potential.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to tap into, how to help you connect with people and build the skills that everybody talks about but don't really help you build.
We have one of those people that got to jump in for the very first time yesterday, already on today, Jesse. So Mike is on. He joined us yesterday and got to get a little glimpse of what that looks like.
Yeah, and he got thrown off the edge, like right into the thing. So Mike, appreciate you being a part of that and bringing the value that you brought. And just to reinforce what you said, Jen, right? Like the whole thing is, it's about building community because I want to change the construction industry. I want to leave it better than I found it, and I can't do it alone. And so if you're out there, you let us know you're out there, like Mr. Ben Wood, drop a blue heart so that we can swarm you and support you and collaborate with whatever things are going on. Oh my goodness, we got tons of.
Come on.
All right, shout out to all the people, and then we're gonna get into it. So Felipe, what's up, Felipe? It's good to see you again, brother. Mr. Milo folks, I got to give you a heads up. Pay attention when Milo drops comments. Like he comes correct. He's got some real value out there. Yes, there is a thunderstorm in San Antonio. Coach Carrie, she came last time, she's back again. Oh,
what happened? That's all Jesse. No. That's all Jesse.
Yep, that's on me. I will send you the invite. I made a decision to hold off until the June thing. Anyways, I'll get it to you, my friend. We got Maya coming in. She says, "Good morning."
We get to see her in Chicago, I think.
Oh yeah, Maya. We're gonna get to meet Maya in person at the Converge Construction Summit in Chicago here in about 2 weeks.
Yes.
Super awesome. We got Jackie, serial repeater. Oh yeah, Jackie always brings the A game. And look, we got Miss Haiti. Buenos dias. Good morning, Paula.
Good people.
Man, we got look, Craig.
What's up, Craig? Good job. Good morning, Craig.
Oh man, I've been seeing his posts. Him and his wife, they were out on vacation and super awesome things. And Mr. Jim, Old Faithful, he's lurking while he's on his morning walk. Oh man, we got a lot of people. We're gonna have some fun today coming in from Indiana. And look, Mike says, yes, I went to the Jumpers experience and I learned a lot. Awesome. Hopefully it didn't terrify you.
It can be a little scary, but that's okay. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was so. And Coach Carey, I will get you the invite this week. I just made a decision and didn't communicate that. So you can pick me up and see me on the call. All right. So we are talking about why your strengths are holding you back. So first, let's clarify that before we hit them with the first question.
Yes. So we had a question in one of our other groups. It was a challenge question on asking our people around us, what is something I should stop doing? And what is something that I should never stop doing? Which seem very simple questions. What the feedback that I got specifically, which I did a post on it, was that when I asked people what I needed to stop doing, it was something that had to do with my strength. And I'm like, oh, like what is happening here? And it was because of my strength of action, go, like leading and pushing and showing up unapologetically, all those things, that it was almost like you overdo things. You're doing so much that it's limiting what you really could focus on. And it was great feedback from the people around me, but also it made me stop and do a lot of self-reflection on, in my mind, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. In my mind, I'm leaning into my strengths, but there's still opportunity for growth, for continuous improvement, for things that I can still stop doing to maximize that and be more efficient. And it was just like my mind was like, oh, like, okay, let me lean into this a little bit more. And I did it again. I asked my brother and I got a really good responses from him and did some posts on it. But it really made me realize that even if it's a strength and even if it's someone goes, man, that is what she does and she's great at it, it can still be hurting me. And that's where this conversation kind of morphed into, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I saw your post on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Right. Because I think I 100% subscribe to the thinking that says double down on your strengths. Mm-hmm. And I know that there is some calculus to be done, because over indexing on that, and I have bazillion examples, can create the friction that I'm irritated by. Right. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what I want to point. So I think there's two buckets in my head that I really want to poke at. Is on one bucket, some people, and I've been that person, is like, this is just who I am, with like, too bad, right? Yeah. Like, this is just who I am. Take me as I am. Okay. Yeah. But when that starts getting in my way, I don't get to stand on that anymore. Mm-hmm. Or I could stand on it, but I don't get to complain about it.
Right. You have to be willing to either lose something or change. Like, I feel like you have to be willing to do one or both.
Yes. And then the other bucket is, I think there's a lot of, and again, I've been there too. It's a matter of awareness, self-awareness, that all they do is they run the same play a million times, which has produced an outcome. And then they get frustrated because they want a different outcome. And it's like, well, because you keep you're running the same play, dummy. And so I want to, hopefully the tribe, well, not hopefully, I'm confident that the tribe is
Absolutely.
going to be
Ballers.
right, driving some insight. They're already dropping it. So folks, again, if you're out there, actually our Mr. Brother Felipe, LinkedIn is acting glitchy. I just dropped the YouTube link. You can go to the YouTube and watch the live stream there if LinkedIn is kind of glitching on and off, because it does that from time to time. Well, look, the chief marketeer is present. And we already got Sarah helping, supporting. So she's like, I think you missed Ben. I'm like, no, I didn't. So that's what it's all about, man. We're here to support each other. And thank you for demonstrating that, Sarah. So let's see. Let's stir some stuff up. So here's a question to the tribe, all you folks out there, super active in the comments. What is a strength at work that creates challenges at home? Right? And this ain't about your boss. This ain't about your team. This is about you, damn it. Not things that you've observed. You, what is a strength that you have that you leverage at work that brings tremendous value and creates challenges at home? Jen, I was thinking about this question. I'm like, man, I really wish that I had problems, but I don't. So I'm going to have to rely on you to get the conversation started.
I'm going to challenge. No. We're going to start with you, but I'm going to go, Jesse, what is a strength at work that has created challenges at home that has then made you be in the situation you're in right now?
Now, I'll say one, and I think this will resonate with a lot of people. When I had a real job, the majority of my responsibility was making decisions. Right? Like all day long, people called I had to make a decision. And so I spend all my time, my energy making decisions. And when I got home, I didn't want to make decisions. Right? And even worse, I don't want to make a decision and have my decision rejected. Right? So layer number one, I'm great at making decisions, right? Because here's the thing, right, wrong, it doesn't matter, because if I'm right, awesome. If it was the right decision, sweet, we're going to go forward. If it's the wrong decision, we're going to find out real quick and we're going to change direction and we're going to go forward. And so, it's a lot, it's work. And so when I go home and I'm forced to make the decision, I will make it. But if you don't like the decision, now we got a problem, because I prefer not to make decisions when I got home, because I've been making decisions all day long. And I'm sure, could you see how that might create some frictions?
Absolutely, Jesse. I've lived it, and I'm not even at your home, and I've lived that when and I'm just going to give people out there a cheat code. If you ever have an opportunity to connect with Jesse in real life, or you want to, he's in town and all you need to do is go, Jesse. Jesse says yes. You go, here's where we're going to eat. Here's the time we're going to eat. And it's even better if when you get there, you go, this is the greatest thing on the menu and I'm ordering dessert. He will love you forever. I'm just going to tell you, he does not want to have to make decisions. And when you do it and it's like strawberry cake or something like that, literally he will remember you and he will post about you and he will celebrate you.
I appreciate, I totally appreciate it. I love that you learned that, right? Jess, this is where you're going to be. This is the time, badass.
Yes.
I'm on my way and I'm a happy little puppy. Yay. And, oh, you already ordered? Yay. And, that's the ultimate gift, as opposed to, well, where do you want to eat? Oh, fuck. McDonald's. Well, I don't want McDonald's. I'm done. I'm done. Just tell me where the hell you want me. And now, with significant others and even my family, it really irritates me. And I, to this day, and I can't hide it, right? I'm not mad at you. I'm just irritated by the thing. And then it just sours the whole experience. So anyways, that's my strength that causes friction. How about you, Jen?
I want you to bring up Brent's comment because I feel like he's speaking to my soul right now. on his answer to that question, because I feel it is very similar to mine. So I want to read Brent's response: is engineer, problem solving thinking, not good with my wife, need to be reminded about empathy. My wife says, don't you teach this stuff?
And I was just going to say that. I love that.
Literally, like, I know that, I mean, Jesse has a little insight because he gets to hear me talk about a lot of things. I mean, like, my problem is at work, optimize. Like, that is my job. Action. Like, insight, have an idea, go make it happen. And at home, it is completely like I have had to adjust to like optimize when you have two teenage daughters that have emotions and have feelings and have things going on, that like the end game is not the goal. That, like, for me has been a huge, I mean, it has strained relationships on like, here's the end game, make it happen. Like I told my brother yesterday, I said, I know, like, I have little themes for each of my brothers of like, they need t-shirts. Like, this is your logo. And I've had them for each one. And mine, I told him mine is like, move, I got this. That's my theme. Like, move, I got this. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't teach anything. They don't learn anything. But the end game happens. What you're trying to get to, it does. Yep. But it doesn't. But like that part, I've had to rewire my brain on the process and the journey and the experience and the connection, which is what I do every day for my job. I had to learn how to do that at home.
Yes,
so that part.
I love that. And I want to add, so Mike's over here giving some love, and I love that to Brent. Like, you're the man, loving. Highly recommend his emotional intelligence courses, folks. If you don't know, Brent is like the OG of OGs.
Yes.
On emotional intelligence in construction, and I absolutely love and appreciate, Brent, that you're the SME on the damn thing. And you like openly confess to struggling with it, which is a like perfect demonstration of.
I'm not a lost cause. Is all that lets me know is I'm not a lost cause.
All right, so we got a bunch of answers.
Okay, come on.
So Jen, this is gonna be one of those days where we're not gonna get through all the questions.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm not gonna be able to highlight all the comments because there's a ton.
We're gonna try.
We're going to try like hell, but folks, I want to, like, if you're watching on the live or if you're watching the replay, you need to go to the comments because there is some good bangers in there, like insights and advice for you to consider and apply to your life. So let's, where am I going to start?
Well, Jesse, real quick, we also want to like let everyone know, we also know we're having a conversation on this screen. There's always conversations happening in the chat also, and we acknowledge that and understand it between y'all. And then we have the after party, which is then we get to start melding them together. So we understand, our feelings are not going to be hurt when you're commenting to each other, because we know that there's a lot going on over there.
Yes, 100%. So there will be an after party. Coach Carrie endorses it. She says she had fun at the last one. So hopefully we'll be able to see you. You can be there, and we get to hear your voice is the big thing. All right. So, going back at Coach Carrie, she says strengths can hold you back, especially if you aren't willing to delegate. All right. I totally, again, I'm lucky. I got Erin in my life now. And I'm pretty good at posting stuff and getting attention. And there's, my profiles, the podcast profile and my Depth Builder profile, she's running at 100%, and she's freaking killing it, and like delivering value, driving engagement, help supporting people, contributing to the mission. It was something I was like, and because I didn't want to let it go, guess what? I was inconsistent. It was kind of like, man, I'm just going to throw something out there. And so, yeah, totally. I had to let that go.
Trust. You have to trust a little bit, right? There's a little bit of trust there.
I think there's a step before the trust, at least for me. I got to experiment.
Okay.
Before if I was in the mindset of, well, let me first trust that she's going to do it right. And I think this is true for anything, any type of delegation. That's a bad model. because how do I test it?
Yeah.
Right. And then if it's not perfect, well, then they lose trust. And then I stay in my comfort zone and I can't grow. So what I decided to flip that is like, okay, what's an experiment I can run that will give a signal that, hey, this is, a good option or a sustainable option, or that'll give me enough data to, inform and adjust to continue forward. Mm-hmm. So when I did that, then it was like, I was like, okay, let's start with this, go. And let's see, like, oh my God, here's everything, right? And I'm fortunate because she's freaking highly skilled. So Mike says his strength that is a challenge at home is making plans visual. I want to hear more about that because I totally value that. I'm wondering, Mike, is that the family is getting sick of scrumming? They're like, could you please stop it, you scrum bag? I don't know. I'm curious about how that's become a challenge at home because I totally appreciate it. Maya says there are probably so many things, but I think my tendency to just do the thing, at home that doesn't let children learn. It doesn't let partners have opportunities to do as well. And then it starts forming resentment. Oh my gosh. Sound familiar?
That is me. I am a repeat offender. That is literally like, move, I got this. I need a t-shirt that says that. Like, move, I got this. Because that is literally my brain. And everyone, they get frustrated because they're not learning. And in me, I'm like, but it's done. And they're like, yes. And next time you get to do it again. And next time you get to do it again. And next time you get to do it again. Because no one's failing, no one's learning, no one's growing. Yes, that part.
It was funny. I was part of this group that was helping parents build the skills to advocate for themselves. And the point was so that they could advocate for, not for themselves, but for their students, for their high school students. And we had this little kind of retreat getaway thing. And the idea was for the kids to prepare the meals. And there was one mother, she was amazing. And she was always complaining about how her son was a mama's boy and he wouldn't do anything for himself and And I'm like, okay, like I got it. And he was kind of soft. Not kind of, he was freaking soft. And so we're like, hey man, we're going to prep. And I was helping the kids like, come on, let's prep the food. And here comes mom, his mom. And no, don't grab the knife like that. No. Like, he was like, hell yeah, man, let's have some fun. I was like, there it is. You're a mama's boy. Now we know why he's a mama's boy. And the point being, right, like it's sometimes I'm going to steal Sean's quote. You are at least 1% of every problem you deal with. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, more than that. All right, so back to the comment. Felipe says, at work, my decisions were listened to, supported, and respectfully challenged. At home, my decisions are challenged a lot more, and there is more pushback. Yeah, like totally. And that's reasonable, but it creates a friction. Maybe it's like an internal expectation thing. Craig says, I like this one because I have the same issue. I can tend to be relentless on getting things done and meeting deadlines. Things don't have to be as rushed with home items.
I feel like they're all speaking directly. Every one of them are speaking directly to me. I mean, to the point to where, like, there's been times where I've had conversations with my kids, and they will call me out, like the person that you are at work, and the person you are online, and the person like that's not what you're doing right now. You have to like own it. You can get defensive and get mad and or you can go, damn, like that sucks. Yeah. You're right.
Oh my God, we got so much good stuff coming in.
Come on.
And so a couple things I want to point out, folks, like, because we're not going to get all the way through freaking questions.
Maybe part two.
Here was the assignment. So this was the field assignment for the emotional bungee jumpers. I highly recommend that you go do this, but beware, right? Mm-hmm. And so first, I'm going to leverage Felipe's comment. He says, asking those kind of questions can be so enlightening. We just have to be open to receiving the feedback. And so here is the question. or questions. Here are the questions. Ask your people, whoever those are, family, friends, work, doesn't matter. What is one thing I need to stop doing? And the other question is, what is one thing I need to never stop doing? And then receive the feedback. Like these are the things that'll help you. And so it was that assignment from Emotional Bungee Jumpers that kind of instigated this conversation. And clearly it's a hot topic.
It is.
So Mike answered the question. Mike says, yeah, like all the visual stuff clutters up the home and it makes it look like a war room. Bro, I'm with you. At my other house, I had a whole room was just whiteboards and sticky notes and strings. And I've had people come over and visit. And they're like, bro, are you like a serial killer? What the hell is all like? Yeah, I got to get everything out of my head, man. So I feel it. I understand now. Thank you, brother. Mr. Denver Waters, what's up, dude?
Hello.
He says, at work, I'm constant. Ooh, I like this. Scanning for risk, delays, ways to optimize, missed details. That keeps projects moving. At home, I have to intentionally turn that switch off. If I don't, it can turn into tension, criticism, impatience, or inability to relax. I start to see my family like a system to optimize instead of people to be with. Bro,
I'm telling you, like, I'm feeling very raw right now. I feel like every comment is like absolutely my life.
Oh my God. Yeah. These are beautiful. So Denver, thank you for being so vulnerable. I think it's just, you know what? It's all just evidence that we're human, Jen, or that y'all are human, because nobody's connecting with my stuff. And here goes Milo bringing the gold. He says, I took the Working Genius assessment. Highly recommend the book for sure. I've never done the assessment. And turns out my top two geniuses are invention and wonder. These strengths often make me come across as boring. Interesting. Huh.
Well, I want to add, because one of mine is activator, which I know that surprises you. But part of activator is like really good at getting people like behind me. And let's go over the hill, having no idea what's there. But also like that is my strength and I can get people going. But I'm also one person that can probably not deliver everything across the finish line all at the same time. And there are people that's their strength. And so like, yes. And like, know your strengths, but also like, I could also fail something because I've got all these people ready to go. And I'm like, I don't have enough resources. It's going to take me a while to get this where it needs to go. So, do I need to delegate? It made me have to start thinking about that. They're on board. They're like, we're here, let's do this. And if you don't have some next action, you're going to lose it. Yeah. So there are things that like, yes, it's your strength, but also it could also be looked at as she doesn't complete it. She doesn't get it finished. She can't get it across the finish line. And those are not very good traits to put in your performance evaluation. So like find the thing that you're good at, but also what else is out there that can help things where things are measured. How can you get those things across the finish line?
100%. Oh, 100%. Like for me, this is how I think about that. You got your idea fairies and you got your make it happeners. Rarely are they the same. Do they have both traits? It took me a long time to understand, like make it like the idea of people that have a lot of ideas and can get things started. They want to get the ball rolling. They hate finishing. And so when I like in management, again, when I had a real job, then it's like, okay, look, bro, you're good at coming up with ideas and getting shit started. And you're getting paid to execute and complete. Let's help you figure out how to execute and complete, right? And vice versa. You're a make it happener. You can execute and complete, and you're frustrated because you're not advancing as quickly. It's like, yeah, because all you do is follow the same path. You're not bringing anything new. You're not bringing any new ideas. And not to say you suck, but let's work on building that skill. So in a professional environment, it's important to have a balancing, we'll say, skill to complement it. You don't get to say, well, I'm just an activator and that's what it is. And you need to value that. It's like, okay, If you don't like your performance reviews, it's because you're refusing to grow and add a new skill.
Got to build those skills.
I don't have a real job, and guess what I get to do? Whatever the hell I want. Oh my God. Okay, so
I know there's so much goodness over there.
Tons. So Steve Martin shares the strength that's kind of a pain. It's a facilitation, trying to corral the grandkids inside the brink of chaos, and the response is, "But Papa, we just want to have fun." I could see that, right? I could see. Ouch! Like, oh, let it go. Let them have fun. Let it go. Let it go. And then Coach Carey, this one. My heart, right? Being willing to be the last one to leave and stay until the job gets done can create challenges at home. That's all day me, right? Like, why am I single and as single as I am and will be? It's because of that. I am. And if I'm not working out, doing the thing, I'm working on it between my ears. And so that is a real thing. All right. So should we jump to the next question, or is that enough?
I mean, well, maybe a couple. There's just a couple of really big ones. Jackie just dropped one. Coach K, like just a couple more of the more people keep jumping in.
Oh, I love it. So Jackie says, that's powerful, Jen, needing to have that next step after activating people. I have that issue sometimes, and we have to halt progress due to things out of our control. Oof. I love it. Because yes, right. Activators, idea, all of those things is, and I can't remember, it was Jeff Bezos. I heard a quote is like, activators, people that have a lot of ideas, they have, the problem with them is they have so many ideas that they can break the company, that they could kill the business, the team, the department, the group, because of all of their ideas. And so the discipline is, how do we figure out how much change the system, team, group can absorb? And then you need to pump the freaking brakes and bring things to closure, because you just see, not you, Jen, but people in general, like opportunity. And the people that got to execute, they're like, son of a bitch. Like, are we ever going to finish it? Like, what? It's too much.
Yeah. And I'm going to say the way that I've navigated around her comment on the very last thing she wrote, the very last piece she do to things out of our control. So as soon as I come up with, here's a solution, here's an idea, the first thing I do is what is in my control that I can go do. And so at that point, it's not running it up the pole, just getting, socializing it, getting all the people to buy in. It is still communicating it, but what is in my control based on my role, based on what I've been asked to do, my responsibilities, that I can just go do it. And I think for me, that is also goes back to your intro on the experimentation piece. I'm able to do that within my circle of control. And then I'm starting to see I'm starting to get data. It's a much easier conversation to get buy-in and to get people to come and to help and to be a part of it, because I've done those things. So that's my very first lens. As soon as I'm like, idea. Okay, Jennifer, what's in your control? And so that was a good point.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I lost you. Oh, there you are. All right. So Coach Carey says assessing people's strengths is important, but also finding out what people enjoy doing. Just because it's my strength doesn't mean I want to be called to do that all the time. Right?
Yes.
It reminds me of back when I did real work. I came up as a plumber, and people would call me for like plumbing, and I hated it. I remember I got in an argument with one of my cousins. He's like, bro, well, you're a plumber. Like, I can't believe you're going to come help me. And he worked for FedEx. I said, fool, do I ever call you to bring me shit like just out of the blue to bring it to my porch tomorrow? Like, come on, man. I do this all day. I don't do this stuff in the evening at a discount. Get the hell out of here. Maybe that's a little different than what Coach Carey's talking about. But yeah, like just because it's a strength doesn't mean it's something you enjoy doing. I think, that brings us into the conversation of boundaries and this sort of thing. Look, we got Merrill Koss. He says, good morning. Hopping on from northern New Jersey.
I'm going to be in that area in next month. I'm visiting some family up in Philly, New Jersey area.
Ah, okay. So keep an eye out. Warn the authorities, Merrill. Jen is heading y'all's way.
Well, I want to hit the joy piece real quick, and then we can move on to but part of that, yes, is finding out. And part of it is being able to observe it. So I had a lunch this week and we're talking about the thing is it's someone I've known, but we haven't really connected and been able to sit down and just talk about what's new with you, what's new with me. And like, there's a point where they were like, you just love what you're doing, like observing it and then acknowledging it. I think there's also like, hey, what brings you joy? Like, yes, you want to have the conversation, but when you see it, like bring attention to it, acknowledge it. Like, oh, like you are loving what you're doing. Tell me about that. It feeds then where you can lean on people and how you can utilize them the best.
Yeah. Yes. Point it out. Point at what you see. That's one of my things. I'm going to say stuff. A lot of times people are.
Jesse's having storms too. So hopefully he doesn't just bail like he normally does. And that face is the best one. So I'm going to keep talking because I'm sure he's going to jump back on. But I want to point out specifically, let me find where it is. There's a comment here while Jesse's trying to bring things back in. Let me see. I think it's Meryl. Yes, 100%, Jesse. That quote of having an overabundance of ideas was proclaimed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. So again, those of you that are out there and you are activators like me, please be aware of the people around you on, yes, that is your strength, but also it is something that can wear people down. Here he comes.
Oh,
and
we're back. Did I disappear?
You did disappear.
It's just like totally zonked out. That was interesting. I'm worried that we lost all the comment. Yep. The whole StreamYard thing just reset. I don't know why.
Okay, so it still shows that we're running. So at some point it'll show that we lost it and they'll come back hopefully.
Yeah. We're back. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm not sure what the hell happened. Where were we? Comments. You know what? That's interesting. It erased all the comments that are coming in from LinkedIn. Like the only comments that stayed are the ones from YouTube.
I see them in our comments. You're saying they're not on LinkedIn.
No. Like on the back end, they're all gone. Oh. But anyway, all right. Let's keep on going.
Yes.
All right, folks. Sorry about the glitch. I'm not sure what in the world it was. All right.
Mike just commented, so at least we know there's people out there.
Okay,
still.
Good. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for giving us a heads up. I don't know what happened, but I lost a lot of comments. So please come drop some more comments, folks. Merrill, he said, he confirmed, like, yeah, Jess, the quote of having an overabundance of idea was by Amazon, by Jeff. Okay, so I got it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
I hit that while you were frozen.
Perfect. So, okay, Coach, yeah, there we go. We got the support coming in. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Carrie.
Look at that. Screenshot. Man, I wish I would have done like my blue steel right before
you didn't. It was some crazy face.
All right, well, let's go to the next question.
Okay, next question.
So here we go. Next question is your greatest strength helping the people around you grow, or is it forcing them to adapt to you? Jen, this was your question, so I'm going to need a little more.
Well, it's my question, so I get to ask it.
Yes.
So my question, I don't understand it. You don't say it again?
I don't understand it.
So first of all, I think that's not true. But is your greatest strength helping the people around you grow, or forcing them to adapt to you? I think we've had a lot of comments and a lot of conversation up until now, mainly on the question of how does your work life strengths hurt your home life and that those people. I think it feeds directly into this. On the way we show up, I don't think that we all of a sudden go, we don't want our people at home to be better, and we don't want our people at home to grow and learn and fail. because like we know there's value in that, and that's part of our jobs. Most of the people on this call, that's their jobs, is to help people grow and learn, knowing through failure we learn and we are getting better. But I'm going to say for me, I also don't want to see my kids fail, because then they're hurting and they're emotional and their self-worth is challenged. And as a mother to two teenage girls, like my job is to build them up and to make them feel powerful and to make them feel strong and to make good choices so that they can go out there and lead and change the world. And so to me, based on my strength, and a lot of you get to be in rooms where like that is my job, to build people up and to help them go and take over the world. I also don't like to see my kids hurting. And so for me, I go in with this structure of like, yes, and here's what you need to do. Yes, and here's how I can help you. Yes, and that wasn't a good choice. Like a lot of things that I do as a coach and a facilitator that they don't want to hear any of that. They just want me to listen. And
just want you to be there. Yep.
And so to me, that has been the biggest area of growth and opportunity. And it sucks because I have to watch them cry and I have to watch them be hurt and be so emotional, be so distraught because of a phone call they got from a friend or because someone didn't treat them right. And all I can do, all I'm supposed to do, all they want me to do is to listen, acknowledge their feelings, and that's all. It sucks so bad. And I just have to like hug them and just hug them long enough to where they're the ones that let go. And sometimes like we're just breathing together and everything in me is like, da, 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 and this and this and, da, 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 and all this stuff. And I just have to hold them and I have to let them like calm down and then breathe and be able to like, it's the hardest thing. And I've had to learn that. And hopefully it's making me better, but I know I leave and they're hopefully better. And I am like, ah. That's my answer to this question.
I love it. Yeah, 100%. I love the vulnerability and like the realness in what you just shared, because 100%. I see that a lot in my friends and their with their kids. Like, dude, it's like they're gonna be fine. Obviously, I'm not a parent, so I'm not the nurturing type. So for me, we got some comments coming in, right? Helping them grow based on the recommendations I have received. I don't force, I simply set my own boundaries. 10-4. Linda, what's going on, Linda? She says, Disney hug rule, the character never lets go first, they wait for you, right? And I think I like that. I'll never do it, but I like the thinking behind it, right? They'll hug you until you let go and then they let go. That's a nice, easy practice. And so I'm going to answer the question and I'm going to use Mike to like springboard. Mike says, that's why emotional bungee jumper sucks and is awesome at the same time, because it forces you to listen. And so like the strength that helps me and helps people around me and forces people to adapt to me. And I've learned, like I've practiced, I've gotten a lot of reps in, is I'll say it this way. I have decided that I have an ability to see the impact people can have. I've decided that I can see a path where they can grow tremendously and provide or deliver massive impact. But I used to, because I saw that, like, push that on people. Like you don't have any say in it. I'm going to make this happen. And what it pushed people to do things that they didn't really want to do. Then it really made them uncomfortable. It brought them anxiety. I always think David Olguin was the first time it happened, and I still ignored it. He was an apprentice, first-year apprentice. And I'm like, man, he had all the skills, right? So I'm going to make this guy, he's going to compete in the craft Olympics and I had a plan for him. He worked with me for about a year and a half, and then he quit the company. And I'm like, what did we do? Right. I'll talk to whoever I need to talk to. And so I'm talking to him and he's like, no, Jess, I'm quitting because of you. I'm like, what? He's like, living up to your expectations is too stressful for me. I can't handle it. Like, I don't want all the things that you want for me. And so to the question, right, I was forcing them to adapt, and I did that a lot. And then I finally figured out, like, you know what, just because I see a path for somebody, and it's one of my anchor points is you have to gain agreement on the problem. I never got his commitment or agreement to do the thing. And so now, and you and I have had these types of conversations, like, Jen, do you want to do this or not? Like, because if you do, I'm going to go and I'm going to support and do all the things. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, I need to know so that I could back the hell off.
Yeah.
And so, I've learned over the years, but that's a strength of mine. Again, being able to see and poke and prod, and Kirby, if Kirby was here, she would say kick off the edge. It's a strength, but a lot of times when it goes unchecked, it just forces people to adapt to me and I burn them out.
Yes, I agree. All of that. Yes. And so again, it's the conversations of getting agreement, and also, like, it's great to see you see it, but is that something they care about? Is that something they want? Is that something that is important to them, even though you see it? Like, that's hard for people that opt
right.
That's hard for people that are very, very aware and can pick up on things and see things and read the rooms. It's hard when you're like, okay, here's what's next. But that getting that agreement and buy-in is huge. Else you're only helping yourself. You're only helping yourself feel better because you did something for you, and it doesn't help the other person.
100%. And so that was the thing I had to come to terms with. That all that effort and energy that I was exerting was more about me than it was about them. I masked it and said, well, it's because I want to help them grow, and I want to. Well, they didn't want it. It was all about me being able to say, look what I've done, which is, I think, a second cousin or kissing cousin of solutionizing and saying, I coached them, I gave them advice, but they never used it. And they never asked for it. Mike brings up a good point. He says, I think that's a key difference between managing at work and managing at home. Do we all agree that there is a problem, or that it's the same problem? 100%, right? Like, another secret, folks. The easiest, fastest, surefirest way to solve a problem, any problem, is to decide it's not a problem. Back to the let it go. Like, some shit, if you just let it go, guess what? Things are gonna be better or can be better. Maria Martin, my sister. What's up, sister? She says hers would be resilience, adaptability. Mostly I observe people, shock and awe, and then one of two things. People's shock and awe. They are inspired, or they are annoyed because I didn't fail, and either way, I let them. Okay, I could see that. Adam's talking. He says, I used to kiss his cousin. You better watch out, because I'll kiss yours too. All right, let's see. We got some other comments in here. So
there's so much, Jesse. There's so much.
Yeah, so Coach Carrie, she says, my strength supporting, maximizing people's strengths and turning their passions into profits, which I'm same, right? But I always have to verify that they want it. Do they want it? Yes or no? And if they don't, I just got to back off. Linda is calling me out. She says, also, Jesse, I'm coming for you. Saying you're not nurturing, not true at all. You're nurturing exactly like some folks need. I can agree with that 100%. Doesn't mean mushy or the producer of babies 10-4. I can agree with that. Yes, I'm going to use the word cultivating more than nurturing. But that's just me, being defiant. Grant shares some wisdom. He says, people sometimes adapt themselves when I'm around because they think I like this. Because they think I'm analyzing and judging them. I'm not, and I try to give them examples of how I'm struggling, And that seems to break that wall down. And so I love this, Brent. Thank you. And so, like, again, Brent's an SME, massive body of work. He's contributed to a lot of lives and business outcomes. And so naturally, people will like, ooh, okay, am I passing? Am I failing? Like, is he, whatever. And so it creates this kind of thing. And so what I took from his comment is he is aware of that and actively takes steps to like break through that.
He does.
What do you think? You ever have that, Jen? Where
I literally experienced that with Brent. Like,
oh, shit.
I did. Like, and I want to tell the story because I've known him virtually for a long time. Like, we've interacted, and it was an opportunity in March at a conference to be able to like be face to face with him. And again, I hold him in high regard. He's got a lot of skills that I need to do better at. And, but as soon as we met, it was just like I was in awe because I got to interact with him. And then we started talking, and he goes into this mode because you want to listen to him. You want to listen to what he has to say. And I'm also self-analyzing the whole time. And then we sit down, and he just starts telling personal stories, and he starts telling he's written many books, and he has the books with him, and he's talking through like where this came from. And one of my favorite ones, and Brandon, probably wasn't even on purpose, as to you gave me a stack of books, which I so appreciated. But one of them was like a cookbook type thing about his grandmother or his mom. And it was like recipes and stories and things like that. And it just like, it hit my soul on like, okay, like we're not all analyzing all the emotional intelligence and all the things that Jennifer's doing and not doing, which we talked about. But like that part of him just kind of like letting the curtain down and talking through the personal story piece, I was just like, man, you're cool, and I want to hang out with you more. And like in that, and I'm sure it was intentional, but also he just helped create connection without it being, let me fix you. Because I feel like sometimes that is how people show up, and they see like she's here to fix me, or he's here to analyze me. And as soon as you can break down some of those walls and just create a personal connection, it changes the whole dynamic. So yes, thank you, Brent, very much.
Yeah, super, super awesome. And Maya says when you want to be the fixer, but it's not your thing to fix, it's a tough one to swallow, right? And I know it's interesting because I am a magnet for fixers.
You are. They're trying to fix you though, Jesse. That's different.
And I'm like one of those lifetime like never-ending impossible projects. And it's like, girl, I ain't, like many have tried. Good luck. It ain't gonna happen. And so I think like that, and back to emotional bungee jumpers, right? That's one of the key things we're focused at, is developing the skill of influential, impactful leaders to stop doing the fixing so that their people can have agency and autonomy and grow their skill set instead of us, fixing all the problems all the time. I love this from Linda. Linda, I'm going to steal this in some form or fashion. She says, coaching requires consent. You cannot coach against someone's will. You can talk at them, but nothing is happening. Gangsta. And I'm also going to add, Linda, y'all already know I'm a hypocrite. Linda has these webinars that I still have not signed up for and participated in, but I need to, that I can only imagine. There's a wealth of wisdom there. So if and when you see it, you should sign up because Linda brings it. I want to, again, back to kind of my problem, right, of where I would freak people out because I go too hard. I never got their consent. But and this is for all, especially people on the call, because I know y'all do this. You cannot coach against someone's will. And so if you're talking at people and showering them with your wisdom and advice, and then claiming that you coach them, you're full of crap. All you did was talk at them, and nothing is happening as a result of it. So get consent before you start claiming that you've coached and helped somebody, because Linda said that's why. We think about that.
And I know you and I both, we have this conversation where, hey, I got an answer for you. Not even like consent. Like, are they even looking for a solution? Like, not even consent on can I give you some advice? That's consent. That's, hey, can we have, are you looking for, but if they're not even, they don't even feel like there's a problem. and you've created a problem to assign to them, like that's different than consent. That is, you are like, you haven't even gotten clear on, like, one, do they have a problem? Because if they don't feel they have a problem, I don't care if you get consent or not, they're not listening to you. They're not listening to anything you say. Like, you've assigned a problem. They're not clear on the problem. And they're like, yeah, sure, I'll take your advice. And then you give them advice, but it doesn't even matter. So then you're wasting your time anyway.
Yes. 100%. Happens all the time. People mean well. I just want to help you understand. Like, I don't care how much well you mean, you're just making mouth noise. Mm-hmm. And Brent, awesome. Sometimes it's a timing thing. They're not ready for the coaching right now. Meet them where they're at and be patient, right? Like, I mean, you already know one of my formulas is like, okay, if you want to coach, like I'm happy to contribute to anybody's path. And I'm also quick to get off of that. Meaning, if you don't take action, we don't need to talk again until you take the action, right? And the action can be, hey, that thing I talked about, I gave up on it.
Yep.
Fantastic. What do you want to work on now?
And that's real. Like, if you are in Jesse's life and he is someone that is speaking to you or coaching to you, or even someone that you talk to on a regular basis, like, it is so real. And we talk a lot, and there's probably not many times that he won't pick up my phone call, but there have been times that, based on a conversation we had, that I won't call him until I've taken action, because I know he'll answer the call and we'll be talking, and then he'll ask me. And like, I don't want to say, well, no, I haven't gotten to that yet. So I literally will like do something I won't call him until I've done it, so that I can, like, at least, okay, what's next? So it's legit.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, look, we got Mr. Christopher Johnson, who was also back. Man, we got a lot of back-to-backers. We got Adam, we got Chris, we got Sarah. Oh, Mike. He says, are they inviting you to check a box, or are they inviting you to listen and exchange? Beautiful, right? And I think that's one of the core. Jeez, did you hear that? Freaking lightning and thunder over here. And it ain't these lightning and thunder. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I think a lot of times that we go into like solutionizer and solution shanking is because we have failed to connect with the person in front of us. Mm-hmm. Like, to really, really understand, to a simple question, hey, are you venting, or do you want to do some problem solving brainstorming, right? Let's just clarify the terms of engagement. And then we got Kirby. She says, yes, you can't kick everyone off the boat before they are ready. Some will sink, some may float, but the ones who said they are ready will thrive. I think she's talking to you, Jen.
Always. She's always talking to you, yes. Even though she interacts with you more, yes. But I think it's a good point where I get to hear, where right now where this is resonating with me the most is my children, who are 15 and 17. So they are at a point where there's a lot of communication going back and forth. They start the message. Most of them are text messages, just because most of you know that's how teenagers communicate. Mom, I don't need you to do anything, is how they start the message. And then it's, I'm so frustrated and she's doing this and I'm so mad and I don't know why. And this is her doing her stuff, because too many times it starts with that. Oh, okay, I'll call her. I'll do. No. And then it becomes like, literally they start the message with, Mom, I don't need you to do anything. I just needed to say this.
Yeah. Gangsta. I love that. I used to do that with one of my bosses, because it was one of these things. Hey, how's it going with the thing? And I would say that, and there's always something stinky. And then that damn fool would jump in and stir shit up. And I'm like, oh. And so finally I learned, same thing, except I was like on the girl's side, where I was like, I'm going to tell you on the condition that you don't go start shit. Like, I've got it. And when I need your help, I will ask for it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to report to you, and I need you to stay out of the damn thing. And like, for real, once we started doing that, super helped minimize the freaking damage control that I had to do. Oh man. Okay. So folks, we're at the top of the hour. I'm going to kind of pause, like delay on the randomizer because
Just
we
in
had,
case.
right. So we can have more time for you to, so what that means is hurry up and drop a comment or whatever, ask a question so that you can get into the randomizer. And I'm going to put up the next question,
Okay.
Jen.
Okay.
Here's the question. Have you ever had a strain a personal relationship? So that one's not just to you, Jen. It's also to the Omniverse. So tribe out there, come on, let's hear it. Have you ever had a strain a personal relationship? And for all of the jumpers out there that are on the call, you know that's a closed-ended question. And please elaborate. Jen, you're up, sister.
Yes. I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. I care about people. I care about people a lot, and I care about most people. Sometimes I don't even know them, but because of who they are and I see value in them, whatever it is, I care about them. And that care is a strength. And I know that, and I lean into it. And I had a conversation this week with my brother, and we were talking about my care and concern and my need to help, and that it also is an enabler. And we were talking about that specifically, my mom, my brothers, my people that are very, very important to me. And that decisions I make that sometimes help, but also enable. And that was our conversation. And we he was telling me what he sees and what he observes, but also how he can see that sometimes it doesn't help in the long run. And this is hard. And so there's been a lot of times that I have complained or I have griped about my relationship with my mom. And that a lot of that relationship is a need-based relationship. Like, she needs a lot of things. And I have done things for her, and then I've gotten mad and upset about it. And like, all she does this and all she needs is like, I've done that and I've fed it. And he owned that. And then I also owned that, yes, I know that. And I lean into that a lot. I lean into the care I have for my family and for my friends and for the people that are in my space. And I am consciously saying yes, knowing I am enabling a woman that is 76 years old and that probably won't live for another 20 years. And after she's gone, I will not have regrets.
Oof.
And so there's some strain there on one, I get irritated and angry, which then then I am not being the best person I need to be. And also the judgment or whatever it is that I have for those people around me. And I had to own, yes, this is your strength. Yes, you are making these choices. You don't then get to complain about them.
Oh, please add a little more to that last part you just said.
Well,
the you get to complain about them part.
Well, what's in our control, and we get to make those choices. Like, I get to make a choice if I'm going to lend money, if I'm going to give money, if I'm going to go out of my way to do something. I get to make that choice. And when I do it, I can't have things attached to it. Like, and I'm going to go back. Sarah said this. It was actually in the challenge that you talked about earlier for the emotional bungee jumpers. What do I need to stop doing? And what is something I need to stop doing? What is something that I need to never stop doing? And Sarah's response to what I need to stop doing, so Sarah, I'm calling you out, so thank you for this, is you can't give up control and then let it eat at you. That was her response. She's like you're working every day. I see that you're working on giving up control when it comes to trying to own everything. She goes, but you can't make a decision and then that everyone else keeps moving and it's eating you up inside, because it doesn't help you. It may have helped that other person, but it doesn't help you. And that it goes back to your question to me is I've had to make the decision and go, okay, I gave him money, or I lent him this, or I on a promise or on a trust or whatever, it doesn't matter, but I made the decision. I can't then now be mad and angry and frustrated. And poor Jesse has to hear a lot of that. And over the time, he's just like, okay, well, then what are you going to do next time? And then what are you going to do next time? And I've made very intentional decisions, and some of them they're still enabling. And I own that with my brother. And I'm going to have to, I'm owning that. And you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. I can't because I get to make the choice. It's my money. It's my decisions. And I can say no, and I can keep moving, and it doesn't sit well with me. And so I get to make that choice, but I can't continue to gripe about it.
Boom, 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 boom. And thank you for repeating, because I think it's important, right? Like if it's unhealthy and it's less than optimal, and you're like, tough shit, I'm going to do it anyways, right? Like, and you have to own the consequences. There's a consequence to everything. And so for me, that's the big takeaway. You know, my answer, and we got a lot of answers here, but my answer to this question is, have you ever had a strain a personal relationship? Mine's like a double-edged sword. One, like I'm super handsome. Like I'm a catch, right? Like it's hard to resist me. I'm so lovable. And I have the ability to hyper focus on things. And so like in work, like that's part of what has contributed to my growth and my ability to deliver the way I do. Now, when I meet like a romantic interest, whatever I'm working on, that thing is going to get this hyper intense level of focus. What that also means is, so what, like, again, I'm good looking, right? I'm a freaking catch. And then I give you all my attention in the world. So of course you're going to fall in love with me.
Or get freaking irritated as hell.
And then when it's time for me to work, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give that thing the same degree of focus that I just gave you, which means you ain't getting nothing from me because I'm focused on this thing. And so like, it's back to what you said, like, I know that's the way I function. And I know the consequences of that. Cause I could, you know, people have told me like, Jesse, you should, you know, like, yeah, I agree. Like all of those things, like if you keep functioning that way, Jess, you're going to be single forever. Yes. And I'm okay. Like I've decided I am okay with that. Right. Like you're going to die alone. I'm okay with that. So anyways, it's one of those strengths that have strained many, many, many personal relationships. And I think maybe the key point there, Jen, is for folks to like decide and own the outcome, right? Mm-hmm. Meaning even the third order consequences that you don't want. Mm-hmm. There's always a consequence that we don't want, you know, 2 or 3 layers or waves out. You can't have it all. Like it's not all going to be beautiful and perfect. I think that's a takeaway. What do you think, Jen?
I completely agree. And I'm a big believer in short-term decisions, long-term consequences. And I'm just a big believer in how does this decision in fact impact something long-term? And if the long-term consequences, I live for the rest of my life with regret, I am willing to sacrifice. That is a choice I've made. I don't want to have regret down the road that I can't change something. And so I will make a choice now that later on down the road, I will not regret that I should have done something or I could have done something. And that is the way I make choices.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So we got a few here. Then we're going to do the randomizer. I have already dropped the link to the after party. So folks, please, want to hear your voice, love to get your feedback, your take on today's conversation, further the conversation. The link is there. We will be on there after we close the live stream, but I want to go over these. Brent, again, because I'm helping others, that's my job. Sometimes my wife says I don't extend her the same courtesy and put their needs ahead of hers. 100%. I've lived that. I've had that from I was on a call, like, Ma, I can take you to the bank, but I got a call, so da-da-da-da. And so I'm taking her to the bank. And she hears me on the call, with the client, and after we get off the, she's like, wow, you were so patient and respectful and reassuring. I'm like, thank you, Mom. And she's like, yeah, I wish you would do that with me. I'm like, brah, you got me. So yes, Kirby, I love this one. She's, I like to do things correctly. And I'm going to do air quotes on correctly because that's correctly according to Kirby, and as efficiently as possible. Each time I do something as simple as loading the dishwasher, I try to improve it. Making the bed, making lunches, like all the things. As great as that strength can be at work, my husband and girls don't care that I loaded one more dish this time. They want me present and not thinking about how to improve them or how they do the thing. Gangsta, thank you, Kirby, for that vulnerability. I know you're not alone. And Maria says, I believe my weaknesses strain relationships more than my strengths. I suppose with the strengths, it's sometimes frustrating for others because they don't understand my path, choices, and that's okay. I think those are a lot of words to say you agree. All right. What do you say we do the randomizer?
Yes, Jen? I think that's a great idea.
Randomizer. Let's see. Let me make sure I pick the right one. Boom. All right, folks. So for everybody that commented, well, not everybody, actually, a bunch of people got, when the thing happened, when things went down, it restarted the count. So don't be mad at me. Come to the next one. We'll get you hooked up. And here we go. Randomizer. Let's see who's going to win. Oh, Linda Clark. All right. So Coach Carrie and Linda, I owe y'all an invite. Jen is going to remind me. We will make it happen. Get a free pass to come and hang out with the amazing. I'll just say it like that. You get to hang out with some freaking amazing people. We're going to do some skill building so that you can enhance your skills and bring greater impact to the people you surround yourself with. All right, Jen, should we ask like a reflection question or just do closing thoughts?
I think you put the reflection question up because I'd love to hear people to add, even if after the party. And I'm loving Kirby right now. If you don't know the story, is part of giving up control is not having to overanalyze purchases. And Kirby, that makes my heart so happy because I am but optimizing, like, okay, what are you going to eat and who's going to eat it and how much of it's going to go in the trash and is it worth the money and all that in the midst of at an amusement park where my kids are trying to have fun. And so I just bought the dang nachos and they enjoyed it. And then they looked at me like, well, I'm done, but do I throw these away? And I'm like, that's fine, let's go. And everything in me is like, oh my gosh. And they had the best time. So Kirby, that makes my heart so happy.
I love that. I can't believe you're throwing away $1.33 worth of nachos and cheese.
I'm doing better. That's like 2 years ago. So I am 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm a work in progress.
I love it. Okay. And I missed, are we doing a reflection question?
Put the reflection question up and you and I will do closing thoughts. How about that? Yes. So this is the challenge to y'all. You can add it in the comments. You can post it. Doesn't matter. What relationship in your life has been negatively impacted by the traits you are most proud of? It ties to some of the stuff we've talked about, but like what specific relationship, and I'm going to say my mom's, I'm just going to own that, in your life has been negatively impacted by the traits that you lead with and the things that you're proud of. So there's that. Okay, Jesse, am I going first or are you going first?
I'll go first because I've already posted the links to the after party. Okay. So my closing thought, I'm going to answer this question and I'll do my quick closing thought. All my exes live in Texas, right? Like for real, like my dating life, whatever that is, 100% impacted by the traits that I'm most proud of. And that's what it is, right? Like, I don't mean I'm like tough shit. I mean, like, sorry, y'all, because I thought I could like manage it, but I can't. And that's why I don't date now. But closing thought, or maybe what I love about the conversation, one, the tribe, y'all showed up heavy today. Thank you, because it's meaningful. folks, if you're watching the replay, go through the comments because there is some wisdom in there and some real vulnerability. So I love y'all for doing that. Holy moly, that was thunder. Ultimately, I want folks, if you went through this, figure out, like, this is not a judgment. Just be cool, right? Embrace the fact that it is possible to be overdoing your strengths, which is getting in the way of you best serving the person in front of you. Take some time to pump the brakes, do a personal inventory, and really, 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 like, the thing, you're probably getting in your own damn way because of your strength of, being smart and decision making and all the other crap. And your people just want you to be present with them. So make it easier for yourself. Think about these things, because I need you to invest in you so that we can leave the construction industry better than we found it. That's my thought, Jen.
Well, I like that. I'm going to feed off of that one is we said it. I just want, like, we are all imperfectly human. Like, we are, it doesn't matter if we have it all figured out. There's still those things because we have to interact with other humans that may not have it figured out. So, like, yes, I have these strengths, but I also don't get to control and own the other people's feelings and emotions and where they are in their space. So if it's important to you to create the connection, if it's important to you to feed into others' lives, then you have to be willing, and I think Brent said it, to meet them where they are, to have patience, and to understand that what you identify as value may not be the value you bring to them. And so, like, just be aware of that.
Gangsta. All right, again, folks, come to the after party. Want to hear your thoughts, opinions, all the things. Thank you for sacrificing your Saturday morning being with us. Linda and Coach Carey, you're going to get an invite to the jumpers. And folks, if you want to be a part of that, hit me up. I'll give you more information. There's other ways to enter that community. And all right, Jen, you got the new music?
Yes.